Angular application consists of components, which previously required developers to create or modify an ng module to use a new component. However, the new Standalone API eliminates this need and allows developers to write Angular components, directive, and pipes without an associated ng module. Standalone components are self-sufficient and manage their own template dependencies, reducing the need for ng modules in many development tasks. And this has made components the central concept in Angular. And as far as I can tell, this is for me the main benefit of this approach. Also, learning Angular can be a significant challenge, and this approach streamlines the learning process for developers by reducing the number of concepts to understand and simplifying the code and file modifications required to create a new component. Hello and welcome to my channel. I create content related to software engineering and share a new video each week. I kindly invite you to subscribe to our channel to ensure that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and in today's tutorial we'll explore how to use the standalone feature in Angular 15. We'll begin with a demo application named Standalone Demo that I create this way. So we have a main component with a normal title, for example, normal component works. And once I serve my application, the title will display correctly. To create a standalone component, we do the following command, and this will create a new component with the standalone option set to true and import the common module. I wanted to add that you must have at least Angular version 14. For example, in my case, I'm using Angular 15. Imagine I have an existing app and I want to use a standalone component in a normal component. I'll try that by adding the selector of the standalone component to the template. If I serve my app, it's not working, and this is because we are missing the import of the standalone components in the app module. And to fix this, you need to add the standalone components to the imports and not to the declarations. And this is one of the main differences between standalone components and normal ones. Before, we used to add the components in the declarations. So in case of adding a standalone components in existing apps, relying on the previous logic of ng modules, make sure that you add the standalone components in the app module file with the imports. Another case, this time I want to create a second standalone component and use it as a child of the first component. Again, I create a new one with the command we saw before. I verify that the standalone option is set to true, and we are importing the common module. I add the selector of the child component to the template of the first component, but this is breaking my app. And the reason for this is that a standalone component is behaving like a module. And to fix the problem, we need to additionally import the child standalone component beside common module here in the imports. Another scenario, and this time I aim to use standalone components exclusively. I omit the logic of ng module from app module file. I transform the normal component to a standalone one by setting the standalone property to true, and import the common module and the first standalone module. Then I take advantage of Bootstrap application function to bootstrap my app and load the app component. And now, as you can see, when I serve my app, my page is rendered and everything is working fine. Now let's see whether this new standalone API affects dependency injection. I create a service called data service in the services directory, which contains a method that returns, for example, 3 types of cars: sedan, SUV, and convertible. Then I call this service in the standalone component and add the necessary code to the template file using ng4 to list the types of cars provided by the data service. I run the program and everything appears to be working perfectly fine, and this indicates that the usage of dependency injection remains stable and is not affected by standalone components. Our video comes to its end, so in this tutorial we explored in different scenarios how to use the standalone feature in Angular to create self-contained components that can be used with normal components or independently using only standalone components approach, and also how dependency injection works with this change. And you saw how they can be relatively easy to create and use, so you can get started with them right away. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel to help us grow, and see you in a new video.